Finally, it's time. Our plasterboard and all the insulation has arrived, meaning we can start to get this house looking like a proper home.
So we're going to start making our way around and boarding ceilings and walls. The plan for this, guys, is we're using 120mm insulation PIR in between the joists up here, leaving a 50mm breathable gap between the tiles and the insulation. On the skylights, we're using 100mm in all the upstands. And then in this ceiling here, the flat roof, we've already got insulation above the OSB up there, but we're putting 200mm loose lay rock wool insulation before we board. And then over here, we've got our counter battens at 400 centimeters to take the plasterboard. And then once that's done, we'll put 300mm rock wool insulation above. So let's make a start and put the 100mm in the upstands. I've just gone around and put expandable foam in all the corners where I couldn't get the insulation. When you do it, guys, be careful because I've had a few accidents. We've got foam all over my bag, foam all over the floor, and also Natasha will put a clip in now, foam all over her prescription sunglasses. Whoops.
This property is a semi-detached bungalow. The wall you can see here is the party wall going into next door. When we took down the kitchen ceiling, as you can see, we could see straight into the neighbour's attic void. So we've put in a stud wall, put fire rated insulation, we've put 12mm plasterboard over this, and then it will end up being double boarded.
The plan for today is to carry on insulating all the rafters, finish insulating up there, put a bit of a stud wall up and insulate that. We need to figure out where these lights go, so it's all a bit all over the place, but we'll try and get it done. So I'm just putting in these noggins between the rafters, just as a sole plate or a base plate when I build my stud wall.
And then while Rhys is doing that, I have our little helpers over here helping me clean everything up.
So to finish off the skylight, guys, we put batten all the way around the inside edge. The reason for this is the double glazed unit actually stepped in about 15-20mm either side and you need to support it. So I took the old battens out, full lengths in, pushed her up, support the frame completely, and I had to batten the rest out. It has reduced the opening, but we're okay with that. And then yesterday I also finished this triangular section with some insulation, some just rough stud work. That's going to be all battened out and boarded, fire boarded. And today we're going to try and get the insulation in between all the rafters.
So part of the spec for this vaulted ceiling is to have 175mm timbers with 120mm PIR insulation in between the joists, leaving a 50 to 55mm breathable flow through the top. That's for the felt and all sort of ventilation properties. Once we've got all this insulation in, we have a foil, I don't know what it's called, a foil insulation going over here which needs to be stapled to these timbers. Once that's on, we can then counter batten over the foil and then we get a board on top. The reason I did the insulation so snug is because you need no air pockets and is up to regs. That is the ceiling fully insulated. The next step now is to use this multi-foil insulation. Just says silver, not sure what brand it is. But if you lift it up, it's like a foil back double-sided insulation which we will staple to the rafters. I've also put in these ties fixed into the gable end and into the last three rafters. It ties the gable end into the roof, so there should never be any reason for the gable end to fall out. Right guys, just one little tip I'm doing for the skylights. When we're putting the plasterboard in, two things. One, you're going to see the plasterboard edge from the top, and two, you're going to see the reflection in the night of the top of the plasterboard. So all we're doing is using some black electrical tape and we're running it over the top of the plasterboard. All the framing around the inside of the skylight is black, all the seals and everything, so this should blend in quite nicely. And then obviously when the bead goes on and gets skimmed, you're only going to see the reflection of black up in the skylights. So a second tip I'm going to quickly show you, especially if you're plasterboard on your own and you need a lift, is I'm going to put this up on the ceiling, put one fixing in the end so it's tight, drop this so it's about 10-15mm lower than I need it, tack it in. Once the board sits on there, I can screw it and it pulls up the plasterboard in position. So let's get on set in. So as you can see guys, this is the bottom of my plasterboard edge. I've left a gap big enough for my fingers to get into. When I push the board up, I'll push it against the battens, it'll drop onto this, and I've got a secondary screw which I'll tighten up and it'll pull up flush and everything will be tight. So we moved on to the utility room. As you can see, we started to bore the ceiling. Unfortunately, because of how small it was, I couldn't get the plasterboard lifter in there, so I had to do it by hand. For some reason, my wrist decided to give way this week, so it was very painful, but we worked through it just to get the job done. So this was my first time using the plasterboard expandable foam adhesive. As you may notice, it's quite awkward to use.
No, what the fuck?
I later found out you had to take the nozzle off because it just kept coming out in big lumps and dropping everywhere. So I decided to use the expandable foam adhesive because it wouldn't transfer any possible moisture that comes through the external wall, and it'd prevent any sort of damp spots showing up on the plasterboard. And just for ease, I decided to do this wall in one piece, and then I marked out and cut out for the window. Right guys, so we've been doing little bits in the evenings. We haven't filmed a lot. You might have seen the last thing we done was insulate the vaulted ceiling on the GoPro. We've started putting the 200mm loft insulation up between the joists. All the electrics is pretty much done, so as soon as we get all this insulation in, we can actually start boarding. But before we do that, I need to finish the other skylight and wrap this skylight up as well.
As this is a warm roof extension, we had to use loft insulation to fill the void. This stuff is pretty itchy, so Rhys made sure that he had his mask and his goggles on.
Right guys, so 90% of the ceiling is insulated. I've left some across above Natasha's head and over there because I need to pull some lights for the outside. Flipping hell, it's been a long day. I need to pull some cable for the outside lights, which is going to go across there. But we're going to start off with our first board along this edge up here. I've already got on the stand over there with the cutout and the holes for the lights. Hopefully this just goes up in place, fits perfectly, and I'm going to screw it straight in.
Make sure you subscribe to us to catch up with us next week. Next week we'll be showing you all of the boarding that we've started to do.
Let us know in the comments if you've done a project like this, and if you like the video, leave us a like, and we'll see you in the next one.